Hello, my name is City2, and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 2. We've gone ahead and set up the miner, so it is just chugging along on Ganymede, and I have actually been doing a bunch of building in the base, and I've almost, not, I wouldn't, I've got like the base of this main building now. There's a few things I'm not entirely in love with. I don't really like the arches that I've done. Maybe I'll redo those. I'm not sure about the wood flooring either. I thought that would be like kind of like planks. I don't know. So there's still a few things that I want to work on, but we take a look at what I have done with the building. I don't know. It's kind of cheesy, but I thought it was kind of funny. I did have just a window there, and it looked funny with the background because sometimes it's so many chunks away that it doesn't load in the back of the building, so it would be just a black thing. So I've just gone ahead and done that. A little bit cheesy. I did try to spell out my name, but it just didn't work. It's not big enough to do like pixel writing for letters. I'll show them in a second, but I don't fully love it. Just the way that Minecraft kind of like works. It looks better off to the side, but I need some more dimension to it. Unfortunately, when you look at it straight on, it just looks like a flat wall. Just the way it works. So I'm probably gonna maybe add more dimension to it. I don't know, but for now, at least I have walls up and stuff. I like all that stuff, and I like a lot of the carpenter's blocks that I used. That stuff, carpenter's blocks just take so long. But yeah, just like minor things like this, just make it look more dimensional. So I'm gonna keep working on it. But that is kind of the main, I think that's kind of like the main design I think I'm going to go with. I may do stuff on the sides just so it's not like so boxy. I really wish it just didn't look like, I wish it kind of looked a bit more dimensional. So I'm probably going to add, things and angles and stuff to make it look a bit better. But yeah, so I finally got that, so we can actually go all the way up if we want. I was thinking, this is the inside. I was kind of thinking maybe like a stairway, a winding staircase all the way up to the top. But as I was doing this, unfortunately, it's not even, or the amount of space that I've done is like an even number, so the stairs on the corner like kind of don't match, so it kind of bugs me. Not symmetrical, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So if I do like that kind of corner, sometimes we'll have three blocks. So I gotta sort it out. Maybe I'll just do stairs that are 3 wide, or maybe 1 wide. I don't know. We'll see if we do. I'll have to do the math. But I did try to do a little bit of writing out my name, but as you can see, it doesn't work great. This size works better, but it's not big enough, fortunately. So I don't know. Maybe we'll have my name somewhere. But yeah, here we go. This is this building, and it's quite tall all the way up here. But yeah, there we go. Go through here. We can see all the way from the top. The base actually looks really cool from up top. At least I think that looks pretty cool. All the tanks and stuff. It's fun seeing this from all the way up here. All right, but yeah, so we've gone ahead and I have the just kidding. I have the platinum line going on from our miner. We mined up a few, I think we got about 1,000 platinum actual ore. But as it goes through the process, we're getting much more from it. So yeah, that is just chugging along, as we can see, and we're producing all the stuff we need. We're producing our iridium, we're producing our palladium, we're producing our osmium. Now there is a few more, ruthenium and rhodium, and something else. Oh, is there only 2 left? There might only be 2 left, right? Rhodium and ruthenium. Is that everything we got out of it? I think so. I got to figure out where we're going to go. I think I really want to get these finished. They kind of annoy me that they're not completed. Did we get HSSG? I do have it being able to, yeah. I think it doesn't require, it requires iridium and osmium. That was why I didn't do that one. But look at that. We're up to 64 whole osmium. What about iridium? Look at that. We're up to 513. Okay, why isn't that going in? What's going on with that? Did I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember this process completely. So I don't remember where that, I know this is the leech stuff. And then, is that what it was? What was it? I hate how that resets every time. Iridium, metal, red. I gotta figure out which one. Does that go in? Does that go in there? Might go in that one. I don't want to mess it up though, but I don't know why it is ending up in. All right. Yeah, there's something funny. I've done something. It doesn't appear to be. Something has gotten messed up. All right. Well, let me fix this. Yeah, I don't know why that's dumping in there, but it feels like it's sort of working. It just isn't. The whole thing isn't working. But I think maybe ruthenium, sodium ruthenate, I think is the next part we'll do, and that is right here, I think. Yeah, sodium ruthenate, chlorine, and that stuff. So I'm gonna, let me set this up. Let me figure out this whole process to get there. We'll do that, and I may actually even do this. What did I need for that quest? We're gonna need this stuff anyway, so might as well. 24. Yeah, there we go. We'll get that going. Okay, real quick. I don't know how these ended up in the A system. They're not, nothing's ending up in there. I haven't changed anything and nothing's ending up there. I don't know if that was just from when I was originally setting all this stuff up and I didn't have a thing for the iridium yet and I never just dealt with it. I don't remember. But yeah, I've just gone ahead and thrown that in the input bus. That's where it goes normally. And I don't have anywhere that it would put this stuff in the A system, so I wasn't entirely sure. But I have done a little couple upgrades. One, I increased the size of these buses just because I didn't want to void stuff. I don't think we would ever get to the point because this keeps up with that, but you never know. So I did that. I also threw a drawer down here because I realized as I was looking at this whole process, this last one, it actually doesn't keep up with this. Now, I don't know if this is actually because I just threw a whole bunch of stuff in there. It might be because of that. If it's just running normally, it might not back up. But I didn't want this to back up, and then that would cause this to back up, which I know I could do bigger buses. But I wanted to sort out, it doesn't need to be bigger because I just have this stop running. So that will fill up, and then I have this, and then when this gets to, I think, 32 or something, it shuts off. And then that will shut this off kind of thing. But the problem is this will just start filling up, and this will eventually start filling up. Like, the chances we get to that point are pretty rare. But all I did was just throw a drawer right here. So instead of going from there into here, it goes into a drawer. and then gets pulled into there. So if this stuff turns off, it'll just start filling this up as opposed to filling up the output bus. So that is just kind of what I did, a little kind of a buffer. I also did that over here, actually. We haven't actually used it at all, but there is a buffer there just in case this stuff stops working and this is still producing the platinum. So I like buffers of items for sure, but everything else is running. Let me just check that HSS stuff. Yep, there we go. And let me work on the next big. I may even set up the Cosmetic. I don't, do we? Yeah, I do have a thing for, I couldn't remember if I'd done that. I would like to get that quest finished. I think I can do everything for it. Yes. Okay, that's right. We're starting to run into issues because we need the better gases, but I don't have my things. That's right. I remember that. I was trying to decide how I wanted to deal with this. It'll probably be radon eventually, but since the whole base runs off uranium, which we use produce that, I don't want to produce that. Helium is pretty easy at this point. It's the worst one, but all right, I got to figure that out for the osmiridium. I could just do it manually right now, since we have all this stuff, just to finish that quest. All right, let me get sorted out what we need here. I think I may actually build out behind it, kind of like an L-shaped, just because I don't want to keep going this way, otherwise this building will be crazy long. And that kind of just stops the main thing from, like, this whole space in the middle will be empty if I keep going out this way. All right, so I'm probably going to go this way for these last few processes of the platinum chain. Okay, really quick, I realized why I was getting iridium in the AE system, and that is from when we're processing the platinum. The stuff is, it's a byproduct. So yeah, centrifuge platinum, that's how we're doing it. We're pulverizing that, we're getting that as a byproduct. I totally didn't even think about that. I thought it was coming from the line, but it's actually from processing platinum. So I've gone ahead, since we need 2 inputs from here, I've gone ahead and threw a drawer. We have 2 things going in here, which is those right there. And then I have an export bus on the back piping in the iridium stuff that we are getting. Just because I couldn't have an export bus directly on that because I had other stuff going in there from multiple places. So yeah, that'll work. I'll just throw a conveyor. Could probably even do the LV one. I don't think we need a big one, to be honest, because that pulls a whole stack in. It is pretty slow, but this doesn't need to be super fast because this isn't super fast, that isn't super fast. We can see it actually has filled up and turned that machine off, and it has turned this machine off too, actually. It's emptying out a bit now because it's not running, but all right, there we go. So now it's running again. So yeah, that'll just dump that in there, and then it'll start working through the rest. Really should probably just put the bigger. There's no reason for me to have these small ones on. I should just I don't know. I don't even really use LV stuff much anymore. I was just thinking I should probably just disassemble all that. I'll get all the cables and motors back and stuff. Here, let's just do that. The only reason I was thinking is, like, because once it goes through all this stuff, like, it doesn't really need to be super fast. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out because I was a bit confused where that was coming. Okay, we are back, and I'm just setting up the next thing. Now, this one's a little bit more complicated. Not really, though. It's just different machines. But, yeah. We've got our sodium ruthenate. This is the process right here. So I have 5 different things I need to do for this. So we got our sodium ruthenate. mixing it with chlorine, and we are getting this ruthenium tetraoxide solution. So that is that. I have this just going out into fluid pipes because this is not a very quick process. I don't think we need anything faster than these small steel fluid pipes. If we do, we'll obviously upgrade them. I just didn't need a whole lot of fluid sitting in these pipes because they are containers. So I didn't want that. So we're producing that, and that is going into this oil cracker. Now, there are two ways to do this. You can do the fluid heater, which is a 1-to-1 ratio, or the oil cracker, which is a 1-to-2 ratio. So don't ever do the other one. Always do the oil cracker recipe because it's twice as efficient. So we're piping that in there. I got steam on the back with a fluid heater, easy enough. And that will produce the hot ruthenium tetraoxide solution. I just made sure it worked, which it does. Now I am trying to do the wireless, and I'm really bad about remembering which one is which. I have put the maintenance hatch over here because usually I would put it like right here on the back, but I need a wireless transmitter. Actually, just reminded me what frequency did I put this on? 0. I don't remember. I think I have one over there as well. Maybe 3. I guess I'll try. I want to go up in order so we don't get confused. But yeah, I need somewhere to put the cover. And unfortunately, you can't put covers on these casings. So I'm going to try this on this hatch to turn this on. Unfortunately, I can't do something like this where I just put it right there because this hatch has to go on this side. Basically, the fluid comes in, gets mixed in the middle with the steam, and then out on that side with the hot stuff. It's kind of how that block works. So I put this here so I can throw this transmitter out. I want the transmitter out. There. I guess 3 we'll try. And I do have a fluid detector, the usual. I usually always do 8,000 just because just an arbitrary number that I've decided to do. And if I throw this on here, this should turn on. Let me do that. And when this fills up, hopefully that'll turn off. Right, it should turn off now. No. Oh, there it goes. Yay, it worked. All right, I may actually... This is the exact same process. It's an oil cracker. I was just doing it on this, but maybe I will clean it up and do it on there. Just do the exact same thing. Hey, I'm learning. I like nice and clean builds. So there we go. That is turning off. Now this is going to get piped into a distillation tower. Now this distillation tower recipe is very, very slow. That's why I wanted this to turn off and this to turn off, which I've been pretty good about having all these multi-blocks turn off and not running. I guess we'll do here. Because I can't input this stuff into the side, or I can't just put it directly here because it has to be on the bottom where it gets input. So that will go into an input hatch there and there. That should turn on. Yep. Man, I love seeing stuff just work. Especially when I'm like not 100% confident in my abilities with this stuff. But I'm actually, I'm getting pretty used to this wireless stuff. I just have a hard time remembering which, the out and the in, which one those do. All right, so distillation tower here. Then after that, we end up with this. I'll probably just pipe this. Do we want to? Yeah, I don't know. I'll decide if I want to keep salt. Usually, I used to do salt. I used to use salt for chlorine, but now that we're just pumping these stuff, Don't need salt as much anymore. It feels bad not saving it though. All right, so we'll do that, and then after this goes just directly into a fluid solidifier. So I just keep building out this. Like, this would be the output hatch. I need 2 of those. An output bus usually is, I just put that right there. I could even put it over here. So it doesn't matter. I don't have any cables down there anyway. So that will be the output bus, right? No. This will be the output bus on top of that. So we'll do that directly into a fluid solidifier, I guess. And that gets us that. I don't think there's any other. No, there's no other. That just, you fluid solidify it into that. And then this is into a chemical reactor with hydrochloric acid. Now this one you do get the chlorine back. Maybe I will just produce, I'll feed the chlorine back into the chemical reactor to produce hydrochloric acid. I think I can do that all in one. So I would have chlorine, hydrogen, produce the hydrochloric acid, pump the hydrochloric acid back in, produce the dust. Or put this dust in the thing and have it produce that, and then I think that'll work. But it'll only run when it gets the chlorine back to produce the hydrochloric acid. I think that'll work. And then the ruthenium, there we go. That just goes in the A system. So almost there. Fluid solidifier, large chemical reactor. I was going to use a separate one for hydrochloric acid, but I think we'll just go for the one. Okay, I think I've sorted this out. This was actually a little more kept messing with my mind, trying to figure out how many hatches and input hatches and all that stuff. And then it wouldn't form, and I realized there was one underneath. I forgot to place a casing. So yeah, I've been fumbling around with this for like 30 minutes. I think I figured this out. I did put a buffer. Like, I've done a buffer a few times now for a dust, just so it doesn't get voided. As we can see, this is running. This is a 37-second recipe, so this is going to be the bottleneck. But I didn't want something happening where this was running or this was stopped. Like, this will fill up with a stack of this stuff and then it would just void because this takes so long. So I definitely didn't want that. So there is a little thing. I have a input bus with a conveyor, so there is that dust. I have 4 stacks in the actual, you can even show it. There's 4 stacks right there, because that's been running for a while, since I could just have that filling up while I was messing with this. All right, so what I think I've done, I haven't tested this. We shall see if it'll work. So we got the ruthenium texture oxide in there. I have 2 output buses, one for the chlorine, and I have the things locked. So I have one for the chlorine. We're just going to void the water. And one for hydrochloric acid. Now I am feeding this hydrogen gas, so in theory, what is going to happen is it's going to do the process. We're going to output chlorine into this input hatch. It's going to use the chlorine, mix it with the hydrogen to produce hydrochloric acid, and then put it in that input hatch for the next thing. And I'm not going to, it should just, we shouldn't need a thing because I'm only putting so much hydrochloric acid. I think I'm going to put 2, enough for 2 in there. So in theory, that'll go in there. That goes in the input hatch. It'll mix with the stuff. And we actually don't need a a circuit for that, which is good. Now the hydrochloric acid, I don't remember. Is that a... Yeah, I thought it was a 1. I couldn't remember though. I don't think that's gonna affect anything, but let's see. Also, did I hook this up to power? I don't remember if I got there. Yeah, I did. All right, I think we're good. I really haven't been paying attention to the things. I don't have everything running either, because power is something I need to take care of, and I'm probably going to have to do that in between next episodes. We're going to expand that. But, okay. So we got our hydrochloric acid. We got that. I should... Since there's no chlorine in it, it's not going to do the hydrochloric acid. It's going to do that. And then we have an output bus there. So that should output the chlorine. It should run twice. Oh, it's actually... Oh, yeah, there it goes. And I don't think... Yeah, I don't think I need to put like a machine controller or anything on there. This will just run until it runs out. Because if it's not running, it's not producing the hydrochloric acid, it's not wasting those. Yeah, I think we're good. And then we will just output that into this. Turn that off. So there we go. And I totally just realized I forgot to do the dang quests. No, I forgot to do the dang quests. Alright, how... I'm gonna have to go through this and hold the stuff. Either that or I just say screw it and complete all the quests. I mean, some of this stuff I can just... Like, there. I can just... I'll pause that or something like that. Hold it, complete the quest, and we'll do that. But, alright, so there we go. There is the Ruthenium. That, is right there. As we can see, though, this is the bottleneck. For sure. Unfortunately, this one does not have a... I can't turn that off. Like, I don't think I can manually turn that off. These controllers actually have a disable machine, which is nice because I can just turn it off without having to do that. But if I just hit this with a mallet, it's not going to turn off. I don't think. I could just switch the thing. Like, turn it off to inverted so it doesn't turn... Well, no, that would turn it on. It would turn off. It would turn it on when it had over the amount. Yeah, so that's a bit annoying. Because I want to... How the heck am I going to do this? If we do that, I can just manually hold the stuff. Anyway, I'm not going to mess with that. I'm going to do these quests, and we'll get this. Oh, Ruridit. Is that... That's a different one. We got our Ruthenium. Like, I can hold this stuff right here. So that's actually pretty easy to do. Let me do these quests and then we'll be right back. Alright, holy cow, was that? That was annoying. Just having to stop the processes, pick up the stuff, and then put them back in without stuff getting clogged up. But, alright, there we go. There is our Ruthenium. That is that line. I was kind of hoping we were going to get IV bags, but that one is only... I thought maybe that one gives loot bags. There we go. I was like, I'm pretty sure I remember seeing loot bags in there. I guess I could have just done complete all. Alright, we do need 64 of this to complete that quest. That's a bit annoying. Let's make recipes for that. And actually, before... Oh, I need to turn this back on. Not running. Yeah. Yeah, it's working, right? That feels like way more efficient than I even realized it was going to be. That's why I'm like, is that actually working? That is. I thought that would have been toggling on and off. Before I do that, I'm actually going to also change this. I've never liked that up there. And the way I built this over here, there's no easy way to get to it, actually. And this was... I had no way to get through here, and it was driving me nuts. The way I've set this up. I may adjust this as well, go underneath or something like that. But I'm going to... Oh, I forgot to put my... Back here, I guess. I forgot to put a sign on the Ruthenium. So I think we'll have it output there. I also have some of this stuff turned off because as everything was running, we were starting to drain my thing. And as I was trying to smelt all of the stuff we need, all the stainless and everything for that, we were really draining the thing. All right, so that's platinum, and then I have these down here, so we'll just kind of weave in here, I think. I think this will work. I'll shoot. I gotta change something here. Here, we'll change this up to there. All right, so unfortunately, this took quite a while between the building up the main building, the actual just aesthetic stuff, and this Ruthenium line. This took a very, very long time. It took me almost 2 days to finish this. So we're going to have to come back next episode. We'll continue with the... Oh, I'm going to run out. We'll continue crafting up the last of this line. Really? The last of the platinum line. So we'll get that, and we will do this line, and we will get rhodium plated palladium, and that will be the entire line. Oh, I smelted up my osmiridium as well. All right. There we go. And that is attached to that. Yeah, I much prefer that. I don't have to look at that horrible thing over there. All right, I have this disabled. Let's turn this back on. Enable with redstone. All right, cool. That will start going. That will start running. And I think I turned this one off. Yeah. All right, so we got our line back going. I also readjusted this over here to save the ammonia, just to help with the ammonia, because we were going through that a lot. Anyway, that is going to be it for today. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.